Good morning, children. We are discussing here the population interaction, and now we are discussing a type of population interaction, that is commensalism. So, commensalism is a type of interaction of two living organisms in which one species benefits and other is neither harmed nor benefited. One is plus and other is neutral. Okay, so here now we are taking up the example of commensalism. The first example of commensalism is epiphyte. Epiphyte are actually the plants which grow on the branches of the other plants. Suppose the mango branches are there over which the epiphytes, arcade plants may grow. So this arcade, suppose I will draw the diagram here. Suppose this is the branch of the mango over which these arcades plants will grow and their roots are hanging like this. So this arcade, which is considered as epiphyte, so this arcade only is getting attachment over the mango. This is the branch of the mango, so it is only getting the attachment over the mango branch. It is green in color, it is preparing its own food, its roots are hanging, absorbing the water and moisture from the air, so that it is neither absorbing water or food from the plant over which it is getting the attachment. Okay, so in this the epiphyte is benefited because it is getting the attachment, but it is not harming to the mango branch. So this this mango is not harmed, not benefited, but epiphyte is benefited. So this is one example of epiphyte. Another example of this is here they have given the barnacles which grow on the body of the whale. So barnacles which are growing on the body of the whale, so wherever the whale moves, so barnacles also moves along with the whale, and then their food opportunities increases because they are moving to the various habitat along with the whale. The barnacles growing on the back of the whale benefit, while neither the mango tree nor the whale derives any apparent benefit. And whale is not benefited by barnacles, but barnacles are getting attachment over the whale. And when whale is moving, the barnacles are also moving, so their food habitat increases. Now the third example. Third example is a cattle egret and grazing cattle. You may have seen, this is a common experience, that wherever the cattle, when they forage and when the cattle moves to in the vegetation, and these egrets also forage close to the cattle when the cattle are grazing, because when the cattle move they stir up and then flush out the insects फ्रॉम दी वेजिटेशन. जैसे कीचड़ वगैरह पानी की वाटर बॉडीज़ के आसपास में कुछ एनिमल्स होते हैं, कैटल्स होते हैं. जब वो चलते हैं तो जहाँ वो चल रहे हैं उन पौधों के बीच में से कुछ इंसेक्ट निकल के आते हैं, एंड दोज इंसेक्ट्स आर ईटन बाय द इग्रेट्स. तो इग्रेट्स को वो इंसेक्ट उतनी आसानी से नहीं मिल सकते हैं जितनी की आसानी से जब वो कैटल के साथ साथ रहती हैं, तो कैटल के चलने से वो इंसेक्ट बाहर निकलते हैं. तो दोज इंसेक्ट्स आर वेरी इजीली अवेलेबल टू द इग्रेट. इट मीन्स इज दिस ओनली. अगेन आई एम डूइंग दिस अगेन, दैट इग्रेट ऑलवेज फोरेज, वो साथ साथ चलती हैं close to the grazing cattle, because when cattle move and stir up and flush out the vegetation, the insects which otherwise might be difficult for the egrets to find, those insects are catched by the egret. So another example, now this example is over. Now another example of the commensalism is the clownfish and the stinging tentacles of the sea anemone. Sea anemone is actually having the stinging tentacles. So clownfish always remains, they get interact with the sea anemone because these clownfish lives among the tentacles or among the sea anemone. So when the fish get protection from the predator and the predators stay away because of the stinging tentacles of the sea anemone, so sea anemone is providing protection to the clownfishes, but clownfishes are getting benefit, but sea anemone is neither harmed nor benefited. So these are the example of the commensalism. Now we are taking up here the last topic of this chapter, that is another type of interaction, that is mutualism. So mutualism is a type of interaction in which both the interacting partners or organism or species get benefited. Lichens is a very common term for you, that lichen is a association of algae or cyanobacteria and a fungus. So fungus provides the shelter to the algae and algae provides food to the fungus. So in this both the partners are benefited, so that it is a type of association called mutualism. Another association of mutualism example is mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza is actually the association of a fungus with the roots of the higher plants. So roots providing the shelter to the fungi, and fungi is absorbing the essential nutrients from the soil and providing it to the plants, and that way the fungi with the energy yielding carbohydrates, soil with the plant, what is it is given the absorption of essential nutrient from the soil, while the plant in turn provides the fungi with energy yielding carbohydrate. Provide means plant is providing carbohydrates to the fungi, plant is providing shelter to the fungi, and fungi is absorbing nutrients from the soil and providing it to the plant. In this way both of them are benefited, and it is an example of mutualism. Now a very interesting example of mutualism is the plant and animal relationship. When plants are pollinated by various insects, so in this you can see that insects actually absorbs the or get rewarded by the plants by providing them nectar and by providing them juicy and nutritious fruits. They may suck the sap of the juicy fruits and nutritious fruits, and they also get the nectar from the plant. In turn, these insects pollinates the plant. So that way, this is the relationship in both of them, plant and the animal, insect, both of them are benefited. Okay. But sometimes this also takes place that some of the cheater insects are also there, that they get the safeguard, they also takes the nectar from the plant, they sucks the sap of the flowers also, and they really do not pollinate the plants. For example, animals that try to steal nectar without adding to pollination. So these insects are called as cheater insects. Now, here is an example of co-evolution. Co-evolution can also be explained by taking the same example of flower and the insect, that this is an example of mutualism. So evolution of the flower and pollinating species is tightly linked with one another. Okay, here they are taking up the example of a flower of fig and animal, that is an insect called wasp. So this is the flower of fig and this is the fruit of fig. So actually what happens in this, that fruit of fig or flower of fig is pollinated by the insect wasp. So female wasp actually uses the fruit of the fig not only for oviposition, that means for egg laying, but also uses the seeds of the fruit for nourishing their larva. And the wasp pollinates the fig inflorescence while searching for the suitable egg laying sites. First of all, insects visit to the flower and then it lays the egg inside, and then larvae are also formed inside the flower until and then flower is pollinated by the insect wasp. Now the flower will convert into fruit, so that the seeds of the fruit are being eaten by the larvae of the insect. So that way insect is benefited by egg laying, getting the egg laying suitable site for egg laying, and also getting the food for the larvae, and the flower is in turn getting pollinated. So again it is an example of mutualism. Okay, now we are here taking up the another. Fig offers wasp some of the developing seeds as a food for developing wasp larvae. This is also there in return of the favor of pollination. So the whole example is explained, is concluded in these 3 lines. Now the last example. Last example is the flower of orchid. So orchid actually this is being pollinated by various types of insects, bees and bumblebees. Now, this orchid flower actually have different types of petal. Different types of petals are there, and these petals or this flower employs sexual deceit. Sexual deceit का मतलब होता है छल करता है, to get pollinated by the bees. तो one of the petal of this flower bears uncanny. Uncanny means unimaginable resemblance to the female bee. ओके, इसका जो पेटल होता है वो फीमेल बी के जैसा दिखाई देता है. तो उसका जो मेल बी होता है, that male bee is actually attracted by this flower because its one of the petal is resembling to the female bee. So this male insect actually pseudo-copulates this flower. So this flower get pollinated, and when this same male bee visits to another flower, so the pollen grain of this flower transfer to the another flower also. So this male bee causes self-pollination and cross-pollination both of the orchid flower. So this is called as sexual deceit because the one of the petal is resembling to the female of the female bee of that